Welcome, race fans, to Phoenix Raceway for the International Asphalt Association's Xfinity race. We've got 100 laps to run here tonight. The cars have just finished qualifying, and I think we're just about to grid these things. Alright, Xfinity fans, let's take you through the field. The starting lineup, sitting on the pole, is Richard Swavely in that 32 car. Outside front row is Hunter Youngblood in the 53. Row 2 is going to have Wesley Crump and Blake Mosley. Row 3 is going to be Alan Duggar and William Mann. Row 4, Darren Dennis and Braden Carter. Row 5 in that 33 car is going to be Zach Holloway with Cody Lunger on his outside. Row 6 gonna have Michael Carter and Doug Webb. Row 7, Sean Freeman and Blaine Driggers. Row 8 is gonna have Kyle Hardy with a win at Daytona this year, and Christopher Spencer. Behind them is gonna be Dominic Abatello and Randy Brashers in that 23. Following them up is going to be Colin Bester and Kevin Roy in the 77. William Mann Sr., David Scott in the 6. And holding down the back row is going to be Joshua Stott and Jimmy Emos. Like we might be waiting for one more car. Nope, there we go. Cars are rolling off a pit road. Looks like Youngblood going to be taking a EOL, drop it to the end of the line. All the way to the back for Youngblood from the front row. Sure if he opted to take that or if that was a penalty. Swavely's gonna bring him down into the corner, into that Geico restart zone. Green flag is up, and we're underway. Swavely down in the dog leg. See a lot of cars down using that dog leg. Oh, what just happened to Swavely? Looks like he just, I guess he just wanted to be back in the field. Well, that was an odd start to this thing. Let's see, that's gonna put Blake Mosley in first. Wow, after that chaotic first lap, let's get caught up. Mosley out in front with Crump following behind him. Third place looks like Alan Duggar. And following him up is going to be William Mann Jr. And Zach Holloway is going to be top 5. Got quite a full field here tonight with 23 cars taking the green flag. Crump loose, Mosley into the wall. No harm, no foul, they keep on going. Looks like everyone's pretty well filed out. Looks like Randy Brasher's maybe going to challenge somebody for position. Maybe looking to get that FedEx car. That 54 is Colin Bester. Bester getting by the 15. Oh, we got a car around. Caution's out. Let's see, who was that? 14. It's a new entry tonight, Blaine Driggers. Not sure which one. So got a little bit of contact. Just back end slaps the wall. A little bit of damage, doesn't look too bad. So that's going to bring out caution number 1 tonight. Blaine Driggers into the wall. Direct contact with William Mann Sr. Looks like his nose is just a little crinkled up. That hood doesn't look to be sitting quite right. Scratches on the side. Not too bad. Crump still leading out front. Crump, Mosley, Duggar, Mann, Holloway, top 5. Not sure what Jimmy Emos is doing. Maybe just let the pace car by? But the lights are still on the pace car. Nice to see when there's a big turnout. Lots of cars here tonight. It said 24 of them. Lights are off on the pace car. Gonna bring him around one more time. Pace car is pulled into the pits. Since they've reconfigured this track, the pace car heads into the pits pretty far away from start-finish line. They got a ways to go on their own. And Crump is off with a great start. Mosley behind him. Duggar's got a looking on the inside of Mosley. Lots of cars using the dog leg. Oh, we got a car around. That's the 8 of Darren Dennis. Oh, and he just immediately towed back. Who else was in that with him? 54 of Bester. Bester comes up into Darren Dennis. And looks like Dennis is gonna be out of it. I don't believe these guys have faster pairs in this league. I believe that's for every race they do. So they're gonna make out caution number 2. Crump still out front. Duggar sitting pretty in 3rd. We've hit just 12 of 100 laps here. Lights are still on the pace car. Take a look at where Swavely currently is. Running in 12th, dropped all the way back from first immediately after the green flag came out. Who was the other one? Youngblood. Youngblood did that as well. Well, he took an EOL before the green flag dropped. He's currently running in 17th. Got some work to do tonight, but quite a few laps to do it. Once these guys get it sorted out, single file, they're spread out a little bit. Shouldn't have any issues. Alright, lights are off on the pace car. Take them around one more time. And stack them up, double file. Crump, Mosley, front row. Duggar, Man Senior, second row. Pace car's off. Crump's gonna bring him to the flag. And green is out. Crump with a great start. Mosley, pretty good start himself. Duggar dips it way down onto the dog leg. Oh! Car straight into the wall. Was that Swavely? I believe it was. And we got the 7. Ooh. 7:54.8. Oh, I guess they do have a fast repair. That 8 car is back out. Wow. What? He went straight into the wall. What in the world happened to him? Dips it down. Oh, contact with the 57. That's the second time 57 has sent someone into the wall. Not necessarily in a malicious intent, but still happened. Oh, and 7 goes in the wall. I'll take one more look at that. That's Doug Webb. And his own accident, just not being clear coming off the dog leg. Grabs the 14. It's like a 6 is in it. Bester gets right into the back of Webb. Let's see, Webb's still out on the track. It's going to bring out caution 3. Caution 3 on lap 16 of 100. It's just that dog leg. These guys having trouble making it through. Seems like the blend or merge is an issue. Maybe just people not being clear, not knowing it. So we still got the same running order. What? Crump, Mosley, Duggar, Man, Junior, and Scooty. Now we got, oh no, Dominic was in the top 5 already, that 20 car. That's Darren Dennis 4 laps down. The last 2 crashes. His car doesn't look that bad. He's taking some optional repairs. Talk about Christopher Spencer for a minute. He's having a great run this year, taking the win at Vegas, taking third place at Dover, and currently sitting in points. Spencer actually not in the top 5 in points, so he needs to get his points game going, but the results have been quite well. See, the pace car has pulled off. Crump gonna lead him down that straight. Green flag is out, Crump is off. Ooh, looks like Man Senior didn't really take off there. Bunch of cars in the dog leg. Looks like they made it clean out of there. Mosley not letting Crump get too far out. As they come down the back stretch. Got a battle here between 24, that's Alan Duggar, and Man Senior, as Duggar gets by him on the outside. Is that Freeman making a move on the high side? And Spencer making his way under him. Freeman in that icy car, you can't miss that one. Got Bester and David Scott. Scott's a new name this week. Bester getting by. And Swavely all the way back here in 17th. Still in the lead lap. Currently sitting in 17th as a little bit of contact with the 6 car. I feel like Freeman's almost 3 wide up here with the 15 and the 14. Holloway trying to make a move. Whoa! Big block by Holloway. Oh, and contact with Hardy. Is he going to keep it going? No, he goes around and the yellow is out. Wow, that was a big block. I'm really surprised. Let's take another look at that. That was honestly a little crazy. Looking underneath Hardy. Right down the straight. Spencer wants to go low. Holloway says nope. But that forces Holloway to send it in way too deep, drive right into the 99 of Hardy, and around goes Holloway. All those spots up because he just wanted to block Spencer. Unfortunately for him, it did not work out in the end. Not too much damage, little rear end damage on that car. That is going to bring out caution number 4 tonight on lap 25. So Crump is still out front. Oh, Mosley pitting. We got a handful of these cars pitting. Looks like excuse me, is that Man Jr.? That is. Mosley, Duggar. Let's see, we got Spencer, Carter, Abatello, Brashers, Duggar, Man Jr., Zach Holloway, Youngblood, and Kyle Hardy. All the cars that have decided to pit. So let's see where everybody's going to rejoin. Crump opting not to pit. And Senior, pretty decent amount of damage on the back of that one. Remember, a couple of the cautions were brought out from him having contact with another car. Not all necessarily his fault, but he was involved in 2 of them. We got 3rd place. That 05 is going to be Braden Carter. Haven't seen his name much. Right behind him, Dridger's new name this week. Freeman and Swavely behind them. That's good to see Swavely making his way back up. No doubt those pit stops helped him get back up towards the front. Wesley Crump, name we talk about a lot in this series. He's had a few races where he's been in position to win and just slipped away from him last minute or so. Currently, we've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th in points. Randy Brasher's, Rich Swavely, and Kevin Roy. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, with only 1 point separating each of them. Tied up close. Randy Brasher's having the 1 win. All of them with 3 top 3s. Excuse me, top 10s. As the lights are off on the pace car. Gonna bring him around one more time. So Crump out front, inside row, with William Mann Sr. on his outside. See if any of these guys have anything for Crump, and if Mosley's gonna be able to make his way back up. Takes him into the Igo restart zone, and he's off. Huge start for Crump. Man Senior just does not go. Carter with a much better start. Lots of cars using the dog leg. Crump with a great lead right out the gate. Swavely looks like he's about to be back up in the top 5. Back behind them, new guy David Scott hanging on tight as Man Jr. is going by him. It's like Hardy making his way up to him. Crump with an ever-growing lead. Braden Carter doesn't seem to have much for him at the moment. Swavely makes a move on the low side of Crump. Excuse me, not Crump. Man Senior. Way down in the dog leg goes Swavely. Still side by side as they come out of the turn. Down the backstretch. Now Senior's got a mirror full of Mosley. Mirror full of Mosley and a Swavely on the inside. Mosley's going to dive under Swavely. Completes the pass. Mosley gets the spot. Swavely gets by Senior. And Junior gets by Senior as well. Dridger's on the low side of Freeman, but here goes Mosley on his low side. Swavely following through. Crump with a huge lead, almost a 2-second lead over Braden Carter. Freeman way up high going into the corner. And looks like Mosley's making another move. Mosley trying to get second place back from Braden Carter. He's just about got him, and off the corner he's clear. Looks like Carter was maybe thinking about a crossover, but he just didn't have that momentum. So Mosley back up in a second. We have to pay attention to the gap between Crump and Mosley if he's going to be able to track him down and get him. Get that lead. Is 14 a little loose off the corner. Looks like Man Jr. getting by Swavely. And there goes Dridgers down to the low side past Carter. Looks like Junior's going to go past Dridgers. Here comes Swavely down in the dogleg. Shoots back up onto the track. Did not advance any positions with that move. Looks like Mosley is closing the gap on Crump. These two battle quite often, we've seen. And usually battling for the lead. A couple of fast cars there. Swavely doing great. He's had some incident contact with the wall. Started on the pole, dropped himself all the way to the rear on the first lap. Contact with the wall on a restart. Currently running in 5th. So he's having a pretty good run, all things considered. Hardy behind him. Looks like Brasher's inside of Carter. Looks like Carter's starting to just fall back. Opting not to pit. Didn't seem to work out so well for him. Still watching the gap between Crump and Mosley. Ever closing down to... we're getting close to being down to half a second now. Spencer moving under Freeman. You know Crump's getting nervous now. Mosley closing in quick. Crump on old tires. Closing the gap just inside half a second now. As they hit lap 40. Ooh, lap car almost gets in the way. And sends it up the track hard. Taps the wall. But does not affect the leaders. Mosley still closing that gap. Heading down into the turn. Crump a little bit higher line. Oh, we know Crump is getting nervous now. He knows he's getting passed. He's going to have to make that car real wide, but we're not even halfway yet. So is it worth the fight? Down the straight. When is Mosley going to make his move? Here he goes. Down on the low side. Goes right by Crump. Crump's going to give him the room. Crump knows he's faster. We're not halfway, so there's no reason to get too aggressive here. However, he's not going to pull over and just let him have it. One of the straights still not clear. Mosley not having the preferred line that he likes. It's faster on the high side. And just slides in front of Mosley. Crump dips down low. Re-enters the track now. Crump on the low side, but Mosley likes the high side. And switching spots, like crossing him over like that, allowed Mosley to get to the high side and be gone. Now already with half a second gap between them. Mosley clears him and says, "See you later, Crump. I'm out of here." A little further back, because yes, there are other cars racing on the track despite how big that gap was. Randy Brashers and Christopher Spencer going for it right here. Looks like Spencer's going to make a dive on Brashers. He's got the room. Not the momentum, though. And Spencer's going to send it down on the dog leg. Like Swavely's back there trying to get past Dridgers. Spencer on the low side. And a 98 car in the wall again. It's Jimmy Emos. Brashers almost gets the wall, slings it back, gathers it. Brashers keeps it up high, but Spencer sends it way down into the dog leg. That's going to give him advantage. He's going to send it in front of Brashers. He's got him clear. Is he going to be able to hold on to that spot? Looks like he does. They head down the straight. We take a look at Swavely trying to make the move on Dridgers. Both run down on the yellow line. Holloway side by side with Mancini. Freeman behind him. Looks like Holloway's going to make his way by Senior. He's got him clear. Senior slams the door on Freeman. Freeman slides high. Junior's going to take the low line. Oh, contact with the 33. 33 collects it. That was Holloway. Let's take a look at that. Barely contact. Just barely gets him. No harm, no foul. It looks like Freeman's trying to make his way by. No, he's going to fall back in line. Freeman's still holding him on the high side. Looks like Freeman falling back now. Like David Scott trying to get by Freeman. Just holding on to the low side. It's like Crump has gone a lap down. Opted to pit. Those not pitting on that last one cost him dearly. His tires were probably too worn and just couldn't drive it anymore. It was too slow. Unfortunately, that is going to put him a lap down. His 98 smacks the wall again. Freeman outside of David Scott. Scott rips the dog leg, as does Bester behind him. Mosley with that absolute ridiculous lead. Let's get a shot of coming down the straight here. We can see just how far back those cars are. Almost the full length of the straightaway. So Freeman's still running that high line. Looks like Bester's trying to make his way underneath now. Not quite to him though. He's going to keep off that dog leg. The dog leg does throw these cars off quite a bit, so you need to know what you're doing to hit that effectively. At least not spin out. Freeman's way up high on the track. Not sure if he pitted, got tires or not. Bester gets by him and he's now looking inside of Senior. Freeman able to hold it down low this time. They go down the straight. Got a wall of cars here. We got Bester, Man Senior, David Scott, and Sean Freeman. All fighting for 13th-ish. 10th, 11, 12, 13. They're fighting for some of those spots. And down the straight again. Looks like they've filed out a little bit. Senior in front, Bester, Freeman, and David Scott, but Scott's on the low side, Freeman on the high side. Freeman keeps that momentum on the high side. It's just getting into the corners is too slow. Looks like Scott may have got past him with that move in the dog leg. He does. He's going to slide up in front of him. Side by side. Oh, contact! Ooh, Man Senior puts another one into the wall. Let's take a better look before I make that claim. Yeah, Bester was holding his line and Senior came up into him. It's going to cost Bester a few positions. Still in that gang of 4 cars battling. Freeman, quite impressive. He seems a lot slower and just hits that high line. And he's able to keep up with this group and really not lose anything. He's able to keep it down low in this turn, but on the next one he keeps it up high. Doug Webb in an earlier wreck. And it looks like David Scott has cleared the whole group with that last dogleg move. Just mentioned earlier, David Scott, new member to the series. So we can see Swavely on pits. Not sure if this is an unscheduled pit stop. He's gonna grab some tires. 4 tires and he's off. See, is this gonna kick off a round of green flag pit stops? Man Jr. currently in 4th with Brashers behind him in 5th. Spencer doing a great job up there in the top 3. Spencer with a win this year. Hardy up in 2nd. He had the win at Daytona. Take a look at Mosley, still out front. Still huge gap on the field. Like over 6 seconds now. Looks like David Scott is now on the pit road. He's gone one lap down. Looks like we may see a whole cycle of pit stops now. Possible trend starting as we got Lunger coming off the pit road. Excuse me, he's heading on to pit road. Looks like Man Senior. David Scott is off. He's gone 2 laps down. Good Crump is still 1 lap down. He's going to have to wait till everybody else gets into the pits before he gets his lap back. 35 laps to go. Mosley leading with a huge gap. Other people making green flag stops right now. Blaine Dridgers. Braden Carter heading into the pits now. But Freeman has gotten by Bester, but Freeman's gonna head to the pits right now. Freeman down a lap. It looks like Hardy is actually closing the gap on Mosley. Gap does seem to be shrinking a bit. Looks like we've got, still on the lead lap, we've got 8 cars. Mosley, Hardy, Spencer, Brashers, William Mann Jr., Michael Carter, Colin Bester. So Colin Bester is the last one on the lead lap. Should probably expect to see the rest of these guys coming any moment now. See Kevin Roy just hit the pit road. Carter still on the pit. Hardy is in fact closing that gap. Spencer still holding on to third. David Scott, he's pitted now, on 2 laps down. "29 laps to go." Mosley out front. It's like Bester has now gone a lap down without pitting. And Dridger's gonna be making his way past Bester on the inside. Bester way up high. And Senior making his way by Lunger. It's like Christopher Spencer is just pulled into the pits, giving up 3rd spot. Hardy is way on the high side. Freeman now making his way by him. Remember, they're not on the lead lap, so he's not losing any positions with these. But he does need to pit. However, he's keeping a good pace, so... And here he goes, pulling to the pits now. Giving up second place. It's Kyle Hardy, pitting now. And Mosley's come in as well. So Mosley giving up first. And William Mann Jr. also coming into the pits, which is going to put... Well, let's see. Is that going to put Crump in the lead? Let's see. As the scoring gets updated. Still showing Mosley in first. He's getting off the pits. He might keep the lead with pitting. Wow. So Mosley keeps the lead after pitting. Crump is all the way in the dugout. Wow. Okay, so an error in the scoring. Crump is the leader. Colin Bester is in second, and Blake Mosley is now in third. So after all that, Crump is back in first. Leading so much, having to take tires, give up everything, go down a lap. Now he hasn't pitted, so depends on if he can run this car on old tires, and depend on how quickly Mosley's going to be able to chase him back down as he's just about to come to the line with 22 laps to go. Like Bester maybe heading into the pits now. Mosley goes by and grabs second. Check in on Swavely. Where's he at? He's up in fourth. Actually, Bester's in the pits now, so let's see. Hardy back up in third now. So Swavely's up in fourth. Mosley in second, chasing down Crump. And he is chasing him down quick. He's currently trying to get by Freeman. Freeman and Roy. Oh, Freeman in the wall. And Mosley gonna stay up on the high side and make his way past Kevin Roy. He's now inside 2-second gap between him and Crump. Hardy still holding down third. Spencer in fourth. Hats off to these guys. No cautions to all those green flag stops. Everyone in and out. Clean. Looks like there wasn't even any penalties. So good work to these guys. There's Mosley. Closing in on Crump fast. Crump has to go by Holloway. And Mosley dives down under Crump. Holloway's going to take the low side. Crump's up high. Mosley probably going to send it down into the dogleg, and he does. Crump's going to follow him. Mosley's got the lead back. Crump now in second. Coming up on 16 laps to go. 15. Crump inside of Holloway. The only way Crump's going to have anything from Mosley is to get some new tires. However, new tires are going to cost him a lap. Randy Brashes is up in 6th place. Duggar behind him in 7th. He kind of disappeared about mid-race or so. Fell back. Mosley, almost a 3-second lead over Crump. Hardy trying to make his way up to Crump. 12 laps to go. Is he going to have time to do it? Closing in on Freeman. Freeman's down, not on the same lap as him, but he still does need to get by him. See Spencer coming through the dogleg behind him. And Holloway following up Michael Carter. Young blood missing the nose on his car. Mosley going by him on the low side. Sends it down into the corner. Bester trying to make a move on the 20. In the 05, that's Braden Carter. Oh! Contact! Between Bester and Abatello. Side by side. Bester falls back. Carter's on the high side. Bester down low. Inside of 10 to go now. Abatello sends it down to the dogleg, and that move kind of just made him gone. Crump is still holding on to 2nd place. And caution is out! I don't see any stopped cars. Really not sure where that crash was. There it is. Joshua Stahl. 14 gets into him. Oh! Carter gets into him. Hardy just barely gets by that. That's going to bring out caution number 5 tonight. So we got a lot of cars heading down pit road now. Let's see. Mosley and Crump opting to stay out. I'm surprised Crump did not pit. Very surprised. I think that Crump would have taken some tires. So we got 6 laps to go. We'll be inside of that when we get the green flag. The lights are still on the pace car. Lights are off on the pace car. Not really sure why Man Senior is being scored in first. Pace car is off the track. Slavely making a move. Getting up a spot. Alright, boys and girls, hang on to your seats. Coming to the line with just 5 to go. Now 4. Swavely way down low. Just 4 laps to go. We might see some real aggression here. Mosley up on the high side. Crump trying to stay with him down low. Hardy's got his nose out ahead of Crump though. Hardy makes a charge for the low side. He gets by Crump. Is he going to be able to get to Mosley? Mosley looks like he's making a bit of a gap as Crump takes the dog leg. Hardy still trying to get to Mosley. Looks like he is getting a little close. Oh, Hardy smacks the wall. That's going to ruin it for him. He's going to let Crump get by, but we just saw Swavely sideways. And Swavely is around. Is that a self-spin? It was indeed. Almost overcorrected into Brasher's. Whoa. That was a close one for Freeman. On board with Freeman. Wow. That was sketchy for a minute. Caution number 6 is going to fly. And we're going to have a green, white, checkered. We only made a few laps right there, but I weren't lying. That's some exciting racing towards the end here. Lights are still currently on the pace car. Gonna take them around again. Pace car's gonna lead him down the straight. Lights are off on the pace car. One more time around. We're going to settle this thing with a green, white, checkered. Whoa, Mosley taking the high side. It's going to give Hardy the low side. Mosley is faster on the high. But that's going to let Hardy cut the dog leg. Let's see if that's going to pay off for Mosley or not. Pace car's left the racing surface. Green flag is out. Mosley's off. Hardy has a really good restart. Down the dog leg. Oh, Mosley's going to cut it anyways. Mosley down there. Hardy falls in behind him. I think Hardy's looking on the high side. Maybe try and get a run off of the corner. Behind him, Spencer and Crump. And yellow is out again. Is that Stott again? No, that's Holloway. Let's see what happened to him. Cross the finish line, start finish, dog leg. Just comes down into Doug Webb. Yeah, Webb holding his line. Holloway just came down into him. Close one for that 15 car. Caution number 7. These cautions are definitely breeding cautions, but once they get going, they get a good run. So Mosley's going to be out front. Let's see if he's going to take the high side or the low side again this time. Getting his lap back. The lights are still on the pace car. Take around a few more times. Lights are off on the pace car. He's going to bring him down the straight. He's opted to take the inside line this time. Hardy's going to be on the high side. Crump and Spencer, row 2, waiting for one of those guys to make a mistake. And green flag is out. Mosley with a better restart this time. Crump not so well. Big Hardy and Spencer are sticking together on the high side. Mosley brings him down into the turn. So Crump has gotten past Hardy and he clears him. Mosley coming back to the line. Just got to get that white flag. He's got it. And Crump way down low. Next flag is going to end this one. Crump right there. Hardy right there. Mosley just too fast for them. Is anybody going to be able to do anything in this very last corner? Mosley probably going to protect it. And he does. Almost contact. Clean finish. You got Mosley, Crump, Hardy. Top 3. Wow, that was a great finish. So Blake Mosley is your winner here tonight at Phoenix in the IAA Xfinity Series. Mosley gonna bring it down to the start-finish line. Kill whatever's left of those rear tires. Burn it down, Mosley. That's win number 2 this season. And well, he did have a clean car. Put the nose to the wall. Alright, let's take you through the finishing order. Of course, your winner, Blake Mosley. Coming in second, Wesley Crump. He had a great run. Started up front, very dominant. Opted not to pit on the first one. That probably cost him the win right there. Kyle Hardy bringing it home in third. Great run for him. Christopher Spencer up front as usual in fourth. Alan Duggar, great finish in fifth for him. Randy Brashers, Kevin Roy, Richard Swavely going to be eighth. And Swavely starting on the pole, dropping to the back. Didn't work out so well for him, finishing in eighth place. All things considered, not so bad with the contact with the wall earlier. William Mann bringing it home in ninth with Michael Carter in 10th. Colin Bester in 11th, Dominic Abatello 12th, Sean Freeman 13th, Zach Holloway 14th, Cody Lunger 15th. Blaine Dridger's new name tonight had pretty good run, got into a little bit of incident, sent him all the way back to 16th. Hunter Youngblood didn't work out starting for him, heading all the way to the back either, ends up 17th tonight, 2 laps down. David Scott, another new name, having some pretty good speed tonight, ends up in 18th. Doug Webb, 19th. Braden Carter, 20th. Joshua Stott, 21st. Jimmy Emos, 22nd. Darren Dennis, 23rd. And rounding out the field is William Mann Sr. in 24th. So, we will have our top 3 in just a moment. Alright, after that short break, we're back. And we're here with our third place finisher, Kyle Hardy. Kyle, great run. You've been about mid-pack or towards the front, I guess, for most of the race. Tell us how you ended up in third tonight.
Yeah, I scraped the wall in qualifying. It was one lap until I got on the track. I was like, "Oh crap!" But scraped the wall a little bit. Uh, got in a little bit of an accident. Got a little worried there, but Blake and Wesley, uh, hard, really good racers. So tough to beat. I guess we're running behind them ain't too bad. So we'll just go on to the next one.
With one win in your pocket coming into this race, you're sitting first in points with a pretty decent lead. We'll have to see how the points end up after this one, but sitting pretty is Kyle Hardy in that third place finish tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Good points run, and got a little hectic there, but uh, it's been fun racing. Good job to Blake and Wesley. They're been fast week in and week out. So have fun at the next one.
All right, who'd you like to thank, Kyle?
Just everybody with the series gives us something to run on Monday night. I look forward to it every Monday. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully, we can do it again next season.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
Yep, take care.
All right. Now we're joined by second place finisher Wesley Crump. Wesley, you had an amazing run at the beginning, massive speed, opted not to fit on that first caution. Tell us about it and how you ended up in second.
Yeah, I thought we were going to run some more cautions there and ended up not happening that way. I had to short pit kind of to keep up with the pace, and then it worked out in the end for me to keep in second. I didn't have much for Blake there at the end to be able to try and get him. It's true, too much fighting off with Kyle there.
You guys are putting on a heck of a show. We could not take our eyes off you. Having a great run, like I said, dominant at the beginning. You're a name we see up front a lot with that win just barely out of your grasp, missing it just barely again. I'm sure you got one coming up soon. So who would you
Yeah,
like to thank tonight, Wesley?
yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the Hells Has Been down in Big Pine Key, Florida. I'm sure a few of them guys are watching, and my brother Scott.
All right, thanks, Wesley.
All right, thank you.
Your winner, Blake Mosley. Blake, absolutely dominant tonight. Once you got up front there, nobody could touch you, and you just drove away. Tell us about it.
Uh, yeah, this is probably, you can ask anybody out there. This is probably my best track and my favorite tracks. I always kind of look forward to this one. And I don't really have a very fast car, but I have a good long run car. And that's kind of all you need if it spreads out like it did tonight, which I'm glad we actually had to pit under green. That kind of made it fun.
Yeah, you guys did great with the green flag pit stops. Everyone in and out clean. Uh, you're the first repeat winner this season, sitting in second in points when you came into this one. That might bump you right into first. How's that feel to be the first repeat winner of the season?
It feels great to be the first repeat and back to back, so that kind of helps too. Definitely got some momentum on our side heading into Homestead, but uh, I don't think I'm going to be points leader. I was 18 back. I kind of had a bad race at Dover, bad pit strategy, and I shot myself in the foot. But hey, we're making gains. Maybe we can get there by the end of the season.
All right. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Well, first of all, thank all my admins and all here with the league. Without them, honestly, this thing wouldn't be happening with Randy and Sean and everybody that puts in the work in the background that you really don't hear of very much. They do tremendous things, and they also help me with, running some practice laps here and there and keeping things straight because I do have a busy work schedule. So without those guys, we wouldn't even be racing here tonight, to be honest with you.
All right. Blake Mosley, a force to be reckoned with heading into Homestead. Congratulations again on the win, Blake, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. And I got one more thing to say. We actually just found out there at the end of the race. Just keep William Mann Sr. in your prayers. I ain't going to go into too much details, but he had to leave the race tonight. Just keep him in your prayers, guys.
All right. Thanks, Blake. Remember
Thank
that.
you.
Keep William Mann Sr. in your prayers tonight. But that's going to do it for us here at 15 Studios tonight. If you enjoyed the racing action, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of it. Every Monday, 9 Eastern, the IAA Xfinity Series is going to be right here, as well as every Thursday at 9, the Short Track Super League will be right here on 15 Studios, the only place you can find this racing. So we'd like to thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.